Hello, investors and traders, and welcome to the weekly market report. I'm AJ Monte, and before we get to the charts, I just want to talk a little bit about making money in the market. A lot of folks are intimidated, especially those who have never traded the U.S. stock market. And so what I would like to do is invite you to at least consider a 2-week visit with us to check in for an absolutely free membership for 15 days and poke around and listen to our videos. You could ask us questions. You could participate in live webinars. And I think once you've built at least a little confidence in an effort to move forward and learning how to make money in the market, you'll find that this is not rocket science at all. In fact, I'm going to cover a quick strategy that we are introducing to our newest members. I'm going to do a quick shout out to Bobby Barnhill of Barnhill Nurseries in Chiefland, Florida. Here you have a gentleman who's running a very successful business, keeping busy in the summer heat here, very close to Cedar Key, yet he's finding time to be able to trade the wheel strategy in the silver market. We'll get to that in a moment. But first, let's take a look at the Dow Jones Industrial Average ETF, ticker symbol DIA. The markets have just opened, and you can see that little red candle right there. We're already seeing the selling pressure coming in from the very opening. We had economic numbers come out today. Non-farm employment change is down big. You can see this. We had a big drop from the forecast. That's not necessarily a bullish indication for the economy. However, the good news is that unemployment rate dropped just a hair right there, and unemployment claims are down by about 4,000. So not any great big news here, but it's the non-farm employment change that I think is going to put pressure on the markets here today and possibly into next week. Now, looking at the diamonds again, I'm going to show you the 1-minute chart here so you can see how the candles are shaping up. We opened up the very first minute with a slight green candle, and right there you see a bearish engulfing candle. See that? I'll magnify that for you. Now, what that bearish engulfing candle means is that there's selling pressure coming in at the very beginning of our trading day. Here's another bearish engulfing candle. So we're already seeing an intraday, at least a very slight downtrend here, a down channel. Now, whether that continues in that downward direction, we'll have to see, but I believe that we're going to see lower prices into next week. Remember, tomorrow the markets are closed for the 4th of July holiday weekend, and a lot of times we get a thinner market, so it's more volatility during this week, and that could very well carry into next week. So my forecast for the diamonds is still to the downside right there at 514.35. We came very close to hitting that last week, but I think that will continue. Down below, you could see that the CCI, especially, that's my favorite indicator, is overbought. Once it's over the plus 100 line, like you see here, you have an overbought condition. So again, that puts more emphasis on that downside target of 514.35. Looking at IWM, you could see that yesterday we had a shooting star right here. We already hit my downside target on Monday. This was the target that I set last week. So I'm going to draw a new target. I think we're going to go right back down to that moving average. I think we're kind of stuck in this range right here. So for IWM, which is the Russell 2000 ETF, I'm going down to 296.20. See that little data box pop up? 296.20. I don't put those numbers in there, folks. I just draw the line, and whatever comes up, it comes up. I don't adjust that. Unless there's a penny involved I have to get rid of to make it a whole number. Sometimes I do that. But 296.20 is my downside target for IWM. Looking at the Qs, you can see, again, we hit my downside target earlier in the week, and we're seeing lower highs here today with a lower low. And down below, very, very close, only 4.29, there we go, 4.0, see that blue bubble right there? Above the zero line. Once that zero line crosses, that's known as the momentum line, we generally get 2 to 4 days of pressure to the downside. So in other words, 2 to 4 days usually continues in the direction of the cross. So if it's crossing to the downside, we're expecting, again, more downside pressure. And another thing you could see is that we have lower highs forming here. You see that? So we're coming into more or less a wedge here, and it's very close to a triangle pattern. And I think that we're going to break out to the downside. Now, if you want to forecast the price move in a wedge, it's like a triangle. You basically take the height of the pattern, connect that to the downside breakout level. Ultimately, you could see the cues down here around 670. I'm not going to put the cart before the horse. Let's not get ahead of ourselves here, but I think that has some potential to go lower at that point. If you take a step back and look at the weekly, you could see that we have a bearish engulfing candle last week. If I go to the monthly, you're going to see a little bit more extreme overbought condition here. So here's the monthly, and we have a half signal this month. This is the first time we've had a half signal in 3 months. And so a half signal is half of a pivot. We have the lower high, we just don't have the lower low, at least not yet. But if we break out of that wedge, we will most likely see July to be to the downside. So my target for next week is going to be a little bit higher than what we had last week. And so that downside target is 7-12-10. 7-12-10. Again, looking at that CCI very close to crossing below the momentum line right there. Now, obviously, I'm putting this out while the markets are open, and hopefully you'll have enough time to take action, adjust your positions, and make the moves that you need to make before the 3-day weekend here. But understand that we continue to report. We put out midweek reports. We put out the weekly market report. We do webinars. We do individual coaching. I mean, we keep pretty busy here. So we have our finger on the pulse of the market. And it's a great trading market, folks. I'll get to the wheel strategy here in a minute, so hang on there. So we got SPY, which is the next forecast, obviously hit that downside target. You can see that all of these targets back here, this one has not hit yet, but all of these other targets here have hit up and down. And so the markets are following the technical signals very nicely. And if you look down at the bottom here, we have 4 green. And then today it looks like we're going to have another little bit of a green on SPY, but that's known as a stale green light. We normally don't go 5 candles before we see a red candle. You see here, see these long stretches? 5 days there, 5 days here. We had 4 days here. We've got 5 days here. We'll see what happens by the end of today. I think that might actually turn red. And then what happens is we have the red or selling pressure start to come in. It lasts for a little while before the buyers start to come back in. So we're more or less in a trading range here for SPY. This is the range that I'm talking about. So as it's staying within this range, you can see we'll most likely pull back from resistance, and then any buy ideas or strategies will come in on a bounce off of support level. So if you know how to read the charts and you stick with us long enough, you'll learn how to do that. You're building your confidence by looking at the technical signals and not relying on some financial program to tell you when to buy. They certainly don't tell you when to sell, but you could make the call and put your own positions on while at the same time using the charts to manage risk. So I'm going to go right back down again within this trading range. SPY, I'm going to round that down to 735. I'll get rid of that 12 cents right there. All right, so my downside target is 735 on SPY. And that brings me to the VIX. The VIX is on a key support level right now. You see this red candle. I think now I'm going out on a limb here by forecasting this, but I think by the close of today, you're going to see that candle looking more like a hammer candle, a small body with a long shadow underneath it. So I think the VIX will come off the lows this morning, close a little bit higher, and that would be a bullish candle. We talked about this on the midweek report. That's known as a hammer candle. You can see here, there's a hammer candle. Here's a hammer candle. You see that? And so when you have these long shadows at the end of a downward leg, we generally see the prices rally after those hammers show up. So keep an eye on that by the end of today. And if we do have a hammer candle, you're going to see the VIX most likely rallying next week, which will be the opposite for the S&P, because for the most part, they're inversely related. Right, so I'm keeping this upside target. I know it's a lot more extreme than what I may have put on the downside on SPY, but the upside target on the VIX is 21. We're trading under 16 right now, so that would be a really nice percentage move should we get that. And we have a lot of our members that are trading the VIX by using the instruments VXX or UVXY. I think you have to be very careful, especially if you're trading options on those instruments. Make sure that you're following the 1% rule, which we promote heavily. And if you want to learn more about the 1% rule, come to our webpage, plug into the video that we have. I do believe that we have a 1% rule video on YouTube. I'll check for that. If we do, I'll put the link to that video in the description box below so you can get an eyeball on that one. All right, I just want to do a quick mention on SLV because I have a position in SLV. It's going up quite nicely. It's up almost 4.5% today. There is a gap above the market. Now, I am short the $59 calls in July. It's currently trading 56. And so my July expiration is coming close to coming off the board. So my plan is to roll my July out and possibly up to August. And in the process, I'm going to be collecting a big cash credit, which I use that cash to go right back into the market and buy more SLV. So what I'm doing is a strategy known as the wheel strategy. The wheel strategy is very simple. You could start off by selling puts. This might sound complicated, but it's really not. Like I said before, it's not rocket science. When you sell a put, what you are doing is you're obligating yourself to buy the stock. But when you sell an option, such as a put like that, you get paid money. So in other words, you're getting paid to put a buy order into the market. If you wind up buying the stock, which means if you are assigned the stock after you've sold the put, then you immediately start selling calls to collect, guess what? More cash, right? So let me do this in 1, 2, 3 steps, right? Step 1, you sell a put. If you don't wind up with the stock, or if you're not assigned with the stock, guess what? You get to keep the cash. And then the following month, you sell another put to collect, guess what? Again, cash, money in the bank. Sell the put, obligate yourself to buy the stock. If you buy the stock, you move on to step 2. You sell a call, which now obligates you to sell the stock that you just bought. You see how that works? So you're collecting cash by selling the put. If you wind up long the stock, you collect cash by selling the call. If the stock gets called away from you, right? That means if you wind up selling the stock, then you go right back in and restart to point 1. So 1, 2, 3, if the stock gets called away, that's known as the wheel strategy. Now, at first glance, that might seem very foreign to you, maybe even confusing, but through our method of teaching, through repetition, you will absolutely get this. There's no problem whatsoever. Now, one other thing before I go, we have a program called the Bionic Option Trader. It's led by our programmer and advisor, Andrew Faldi. He has programmed a lot of what we have here as trading tools, and he's putting together a 1-month course that will help you build your own algorithm that will literally launch trades into your trading platform without you even touching your computer. That's right. You can set up the algorithm to trade for you using whatever parameters you like, and Andrew will guide you along the way through the Bionic Option Trading Program. Check that one out. It's not expensive at all, and I'm telling you something, once you set up the algo, more or less turn it on, let it run, and relax. And then next week, the algorithm takes over again, and it could trade over and over and over again based on the signals that you set up in the program itself. So that's the Bionic Option Trader. We'd love to have you come by. At least try out the 15-day trial like I said before, and we'll talk to you on the next video. So long.
In a world of endless data, where every second counts, introducing Nod Live, your professional compass in the chaos of the stock market. Nod Live cuts through the noise. Stay ahead with Nod Live.